You see, you thought I'd forgot to come onto my own stream there, didn't you? And yes, I'm semi-redacted today. I know. I know, they're slowly starting to censor me. Piece by piece, I'm going to disappear. No, I'm only joking, folks. The football has started again. My son has, for the first time in months, got a smile on his face. You can just about see his head behind you there. His hair is rivaling his father's hair. Yes, we're keeping it hairy in 2020. And it's strange how you become like that which you look into. And by that, I mean, I'm usually talking about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, big hairy things, right? It was inevitable. Maybe it's just my last stand against baldness. I know that's just around the corner. It's coming. It's okay. Some women like that. It's all good. I think I'll rock the Kojak look. We'll see. No doubt you'll be here for that journey. Yes, you can watch my mop dwindle piece by piece. What am I talking about? I told you it was a chill stream when we got here today on the thumbnail, and that it is. What a weird day. You ever have one of those days where it feels like you've either forgotten to do something, or something's happening that you don't know about that you should be aware of, or there's just something going on that you just can't quite put your finger on? That's the kind of weird day I'm having today. So, yeah, it's even led me to wonder, will we even do the main show today? Because I'm kind of, I don't know, discombobulated. I really am. I'm kind of knocked off my kilter. Don't know what's going on, but we will see. And I've got some good stuff for us to take a look at on here before we do anything. I know that. And. We still have to finish the White Walker story. That was good fun yesterday. We can get back into that. So I've got a couple of good videos for us to take a little look at, see what's going on there. And yeah, we'll chill out. Got my coffee, PPP. And if anyone does want to support the stream today, I would very much appreciate if you could go to the PayPal link. Super chats are always welcome, but the PayPal is definitely welcome the day before Anne gets paid. But with that out of the way, let me go over to the chat room and see just what maniacs are hanging out in there. 39 of us today. I've not even shared this stream. I just kind of threw it together, looking at links and how does this all go together. And it's okay though, because we found enough good woo for us to talk about here anyway. And yeah, I don't know what's going on today. Maybe some of you are picking up on this weird vibe as well. I'm not saying it's anything bad. I'm not saying it's anything big either. It's just one of those days. Maybe it's the hump day kicking in, as Billy reminded me when she came into the chat room there. Really weird. I was about to go over and give all of the Facebookers their link to the show. The list, it gets biggered. It gets biggered? It doesn't get biggered, but it definitely gets bigger by the day, by the week. But I don't mind doing that. But we've got Jason over there hanging out, first paranormal. He's not even interested in a bunch of billionaires running about not tackling, no fans. And they took, yes, they did, Jason. They did. They took the knee before the game. I knew you'd be equally as triggered as me. That's okay, brother. We're here. It says trigger warning on the camera, but that's okay. And if any of you are wondering what Jason looks like, there he is there on a little emoji down the bottom. Now, we're going to grow the emoji family. But the whole weird kind of vibe, I don't know, it's just kind of knocked me off my kind of flow at the moment. And we'll get back into getting all the emojis rounded up. Mammoth Hunter, she sent an emoji through Facebook, so I've got to get that sorted. So yeah, who else is in there? We have got Rick Anderson. Yes, indeed. Now then, hang on. I think I have got an answer. You see, this is why I love this. It's Nano Girl. Nano Girl's listening in the background, and she's got it covered. She knows exactly what I'm picking up on. She says it's a strange day indeed. Just listening to you in the background, and tomorrow is the beginning of the biggest Mercury direct time. June the 18th until July the 12th. This is going to kick everyone's ass. And June 26th is supposed to be pretty violent over here in the US. Hang on to your butts, Nano says. Yeah, it's that pesky Mercury. I remember me and Joe Joseph and Scotty Lopez, we laughed at Mercury retrograde, and by the time the weekend was finished, oh my lord, Joe's technology had all gone to pot. I had a disaster at home here. Scotty, he had equal disasters. So it's literally astrological type energies that may be knocking me off my usual vibe right now. I'm actually glad you mentioned that, Nano Girl, because today's been utterly weird. Utterly weird. So then, ZX says, hide, Mercury is here. And Nano says, not so funny now. No, it's not. No, it's not, and I should have known. I remember when I first got into listening to podcasts and looking at the alternative information, and I can't remember if it was Jordan Maxwell. I think it might have been. Had him on the show a number of times in the early days, and I regret that it was the early days because I'd do a far better job of interviewing him now. I'd like to think after all these years of experience, but regardless, it was somebody, and I'm sure it was him that said, millionaires are interested in astrology, but billionaires live by it. And I think he was quoting from somebody, JP Morgan, maybe? But that was the first time I'd heard it anyway. And it makes sense, right? We like to have the kind of horoscopes and stuff like that people read and get into. And you find people then take it further and they get a deeper knowledge, understanding of these astrological movements and energies. But we should know that if there's real good stuff to be had there, then the most powerful people in the planet, they ain't going to be telling us all about that, are they? No, exactly. So, yeah, people can laugh about the horoscopes, about the Mercury, but listen, I learnt my lesson the hard way, and definitely something to watch for. And Nano, I'm going to rely on you to kind of fill me in here. Does this happen every year, or is it just a big one in 2020? I'm just saying, because 2020 is like that, right? So we've got Rick Anderson in there. It's okay, Nano. Rick says you have to relax. I have to relax as well. We'll all be good. Cackles is in there. She's got us covered. We've got the Wookiee. And Wookiee, if you noticed, there was a little bit of new text, fancy text when you came onto the stream today. I know it's not much, okay? But I'm really proud of it because I done it on After Effects and it took me ages. It really did. It might just look dead simple. But eventually that's going to grow into something a lot better. We'll have fancier graphics. We can get to doing offline produced videos. Looking good, right? So it's all good fun. And the Wookiee was the one that inspired me to get into that. So you can thank him. And Nano says 2020 is a special Mercury year. Oh, should I even have asked? Of course it is. Of course it is. There he is. There's Spooky Andy getting in there as well. Billy Joe, yep. Mercury retro several times a year. By the sounds of this, though, Billy Joe, this is something even more crazy than the whole Mercury retrograde. And I don't even have my head around that yet. I think I'm just going to go, when we finish today's stream, I'm just going to crawl into my bottom drawer. And then I'm just going to stay there until it's all done. Mid-July time, right? I'll be back on the stream. How does that sound? I'm only joking. I couldn't leave you lot for that long. So it says here, 2020 has a ton of astrological stuff happening that has not happened for 50 years. I suck at all this, but just filling you in on this for today. Nano, that is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. And that's probably something I'm going to go and look into more after today is said and done. And I don't know if I can take a month of this. It's an emotional roller coaster today. Earlier on, I thought I was going to burst out crying. I don't even know what's wrong with it. There's nothing up with me. Weird. Weird. But anyway, who else is in there? We have got S-Bar, who is Nano Girl. We've got DDMC, Skipper Key Philo. Yes, indeed. Who else? Scrolling up. I've missed hundreds. Leslie H is back. Leslie's, I think I seen her saying earlier that she'd been listening before, and then she went away and she's back again, so it's good to have you back. And that's what happens. I do it myself. I listen to a YouTuber, a podcaster, religiously almost. Won't miss a show, and then after a couple of months, you find something else, you go away, maybe somebody annoys you. It happens. It's all good. All good in the hood. AJ McCammond, yep, he's assuring us all he's a maniac. If you're here, you're halfway towards being a maniac. It just goes without saying. Can I give a big shout out to Sid in Norway as well? Thoughts and prayers go out to you, brother. Big time. I was enjoying your pictures of Norway today, and he was telling me that we can see Venus. I think it's Venus that is very close to the moon right now. And maybe Sid can fill people in on that in the chat room. He still hasn't seen any blue chickens, though. None of them kicking around. Yes, I now have the clown horn. Beware, the clown horn is on the soundboard. It's going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? I'm just waiting for Mary and Richard to end up in a show. I really don't. And people are probably thinking, what's Mary and Richard? I ain't playing that on here. No. But scrolling up again. Lewis Ta. Yeah, let's see. I think I'm about there. There's probably more people coming in. King Sweet, can't forget you, King Sweet. And last, definitely not least, ZX81. He was first in the chat today. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And if you want to join the Discord, head on over to the link that ZX81 has posted in the chat room earlier. Weirder type of stuff that we tend to find when you look into the paranormal and the supernatural. Now, yesterday we were talking about the big White Walkers, right? We had a bit of a laugh with it, I get it. But that's pretty serious stuff, the rake. There's a bit about the Slender Man on there as well. And we've talked about the Slender Man a heck of a lot. But I came across something on Unexplained Mysteries today. You thought I'd been back to Mysterious Universe, didn't you? No, this was Unexplained Mysteries. And it's a video from Poland that definitely seems to show something weird. Now, I'm going to put my cards on the table right off the bat. I think there's a little bit of shenanigans going on here. But it's not for me to tell you what's happening. It's for me to provide and let you decide. So we'll head on over there. We'll take a look at this now. Stop laughing at my hair, people. I know it's utterly ridiculous. Before we get to this strange video, Nano is back. She says, June Mercury retrograde, how it affects all 12 signs. This Mercury retrograde might be even more confusing than usual for one simple reason. It will take place in bewildering, unfocused, and irrational Pisces. February the 14th, 2020. And that's from Google. Nano, absolutely brilliant. And Nano, I don't know if you got my message today. I hope so. We're now uploading videos over on Library, lbry.tv, I think it is. Just search for at the Kev Baker Show. It's going to be some of the content that I know isn't suitable for YouTube. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not here to moan or cry about that. I'm quite excited about branching out, getting videos up elsewhere. So over at Library at the Kev Baker Show. But today we're here. It's YouTube. And I've been on YouTube for way too long. But we'll come over here now. Boom. Just like that. My hair gets drastically better because it gets smaller on the camera. You can almost see some of the soccer going on there. Can't have Sly Sports striking me, showing their hallowed football. But if we come here, let's go and see what I'm talking about. So we're going to Poland today, and we've got listeners in Poland. Big shout out to Karen, somebody who provides me with absolutely brilliant links. Really, we need to get you in Discord, Karen. We really do. We'll try and get that sorted out at some point. But here's what I'm talking about. Now, the picture alone, that's what caught my attention, because I was thinking, whoa, what on earth are we looking at here? Now, part of me for one moment got really scared because the top half of this does look like it could be some kind of shaved chicken, which begs the question, what colour of chicken was it to begin with? Vic said. I'm just saying. But let's go and take a look at what it says here before we take a quick look at this video, alright? It says an unnerving, albeit questionable video recording of an unidentified creature has recently gone viral online. The peculiar clip, which was originally uploaded on March the 11th by YouTube user Leviathan, has recently gained exposure after being picked up by another, more popular channel. It shows a person walking through the woods at night with nothing but a flashlight to illuminate the trees ahead. As he proceeds through the forest, a number of chilling, mournful cries can be heard coming from nearby, and the encounter, or with the encounter, culminating in the appearance of some sort of creature that is barely visible up ahead, illuminated by what little light the torch can provide. So, the video is entitled, I Heard This Creature Again, and it appears to be the third in a series of clips posted over the last 2 years by the same user. Now, I went and looked at this channel today, and that's absolutely correct. We'll take a look at the other videos in a moment. But it says that the first is entitled, Strange Creature Disturbs Nights. Now, what that is, sorry, I just got a message in there, I'll get that in a second, but I watched that first video, and it's just a guy walking through his neighbourhood, and you can hear dogs in the neighbourhood barking, but he doesn't come across anything. It's just something that's woke up dogs. It could be a car door that's been closed, it could be anything. Then there's another video, which is them creeping around on, like, wooded property, and then they come across a barn. And then there's either, I don't know, it's like a cat, maybe? A cat in one of these barns? But you have to ask a lot of questions. Well, why are you just walking in and out of people's barns? And I don't know, there's something weird. But again, I think this is worth watching. So let's take a little look at this. And oh, hang on. We have just got a super chat. Oh, yeah.
Kev is starting to look like a Kennedy with that hair. Ha ha ha. PPP, my favorite people.
Don't say
Love
that,
you
dude.
all to the moon and back.
Don't say that, dude. PPP to you as well, Polly. You know there's people out there that do think that JFK Jr. is coming back, right? Don't tell them I'm trying to grow a hairdo like a Kennedy, man. Dang, think of the rumours we can start. You know when that 17th letter of the alphabet starts saying that Kennedy's on. That's why it's the KBS show. It's the Kennedy. I'm only joking. Let's take a look at this weird video, right? Stand by, folks. It's going to get real creepy, real early. It's only 43 seconds long. I'm going to show you the channel it comes from. I urge you all to check it out for yourselves. We're going to be discussing this, so I'm hoping it falls under fair use. I would really, really hope so. So let's take a look at this. Now, right off the bat, that's a creepy noise. Don't know what the heck that is. There's nothing you hear over here anyway, right? Now, at that point, this is when I started to think, well, hang on a minute. Right? You're walking into a darkened wood that you literally can't see 2 meters in front of you without that torch on. And you've got something that sounds like it's come from the bowels of hell. Giving it all that kind of guttural noises going on. Guy doesn't even break his stride. I know Polish people are pretty hard. I know a few Polish guys over here. I wouldn't mess with them. Absolutely not. But I didn't think they were this hard. Let's see how it goes after this, though. and then he makes his way off. Now, it's really hard to kind of make that out there, but we come back up here. Is that, I mean, it's really hard to make out here. I mean, is this like some headless type torso? Is the head there? Is that an eye that you can see there? Is it the shaved chicken that I was talking about? And I know he runs off in the end, right? I know he runs off, but I don't know. It's just a bit weird. And if we come over to the channel itself, I'll show you the channel. Oh, hang on. I opened up a new tab, bring it over here. Here's the channel here. It's got 687 subscribers, Leviathan, and there you go. There's the 3 videos. And you've got this one here. And that's all I'm going to show you of that, folks. It's all I'm going to show you. It's only 18 seconds long, but it doesn't... You hear another dog barking, and it's called Strange Creature Disturbs the Night, or Disturbs Nights. Now, I don't know. It could just be somebody that literally thinks they've got a creepy creature going about. I get that. And here's this other one here. But I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. I'll put this forward a bit, right? Now, that there when they ran off, that sounded a bit more genuine a reaction, right? A little bit more genuine, that one. I don't know what's going on with these videos, folks. I don't know what it is. I'm going to drop the channel link into... I'm going to subscribe to it, and I'm going to drop that in the chat room for you all to check out. Make of it what you will. If it was a bigger channel, I would maybe think it's the start of some kind of viral, maybe marketing campaign for an upcoming movie or something. But 2 years ago, the first one, and it's only had 3.4k views. And I would imagine, we come over here, if it shows you the analytics. I thought it might show you. If you come to the channel, you can see the channel's only just taken off because of this latest video that's up there. You see it there? Basically had nothing happening on it. Nothing. And then that video got picked up. And it's... I mean, I wouldn't call it super viral. It's what, 12,000 views? Decent. But I'm going to put some tunes on. I'm going to find out what you think in the chat room before we go and take a look at our next bit of weirdness for today. Weird one, right? So what do you think? Number 1, something paranormal, supernatural. Number 2, that guy's full of poo. Now, King is talking about, I swear there are screaming demons in the dark of night in some ancient, long-forgotten space. I tell you, screaming wraiths are real. I've been there. And I don't doubt that, brother. And I'm still not saying I really know what's going on with that video that we watched. But it feels a bit contrived. The main one, anyway. That one we watched at the end there, that looked like a genuine response to something really creepy on the top of that kind of little roof that you could see in the building. And again, I don't want to go back and play it for you folks because I'm not going to sit here and just regurgitate other people's content, okay? We had a quick look at it there. Big shout out to the YouTuber who's put it up there. And yeah, a lot of number 2s coming in here. I thought there might be. It's not that we're like just instantly or we like to debunk things. It's good to have a level of skepticism and to scrutinize what we're seeing. Now, the next one we're going to see, I have got no idea what we're about to see here. And this is weird. And Sidvich, as somebody who's into airplanes and stuff like that, I'm really keen to see what you've got to say about this next one. Because the next thing we're going to be taking a look at comes from footage that was filmed from an aircraft. And it appears to catch something that I most certainly cannot explain. And you'll probably have heard me and Scotty Lopez going over video footage before, and Scotty is far more skilled at knowing when he's looking at some kind of con job. But there's easy ways that you can debunk some of them. But when you see this video in a moment, in pretty good quality as well, no cuts, I tell you, it's going to make you think, what on earth's name are we looking at there? And to be honest with you, I really don't know. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go and do this. Take a look at this little bad boy right over here. It says this is a weird sky squid UFO filmed from an airliner. Now, we were talking about Siren Head recently, right? And when you look, when I seen that picture, I'm thinking, wow, that's like the big kind of legs, and the kind of all it's missing is the kind of cameras on the top of the head, right? And hey, you don't need me to talk about it. Let's go and take a look at this. Like I say, this is impressive, folks. It really, really is. So what on earth's name is that, tell me? What on earth's name is that? Is that two planes going up in some kind of weird formation? The trail behind it? I don't think so. Unless the trail kind of flaps out behind them. Is it some kind of tether experiment being done by somebody? Pretty damn weird. Ooh. So it says here, new footage has emerged showing a very strange aerial phenomenon moving through the clouds. While most UFO videos tend to show points of light, mysterious triangles, or flying discs, even now and again a sighting, or every now and again, a sighting emerges involving an object so peculiar that it almost defies description. Now, reportedly filmed from the window of a commercial airline between Phoenix and Portland, this bizarre video clip was recorded in March 2019 but was only posted up on YouTube a few days ago. It shows what appears to be two smoke-like trails moving and weaving around in the air miles from anywhere, before coming together to form a single long trail that covers quite a distance. Now, since being picked up online, the footage has attracted quite a bit of attention and has left social media users scrambling to come up with an explanation. Suggestions put forward have ranged from an interdimensional creature to the contrails of a single twin-engine jet aircraft in a shallow climb as it ascends above minimum contrail level. And the anomaly is certainly too high up to be a drone, and it's difficult to make out any aircraft. Check the footage for yourself. So we'll come over to the channel just so I can give you a link to that. And it is there. Drop this in the chat. There we go. There we go. So let's see what the chat room are saying about this one. Sam says, oh my goodness, that would scare the crap out of me if I was that pilot. Me too. Yep. AJ McCammond, it definitely looks like two giant ones of those, brother. I get you. Justin Goodearth, weird. We've got Leslie C, and then we've got ZX. This is a new one. Seen this entity before in other videos. And first para's going with kite. ZX, they are black or bright white. Sid, fighter jet formation with smoke on from the engine. I think I've seen it before. I can definitely go with that. I can go with it. What else we got there? It's a flying Dorito, says John Nelson. The currents are not kicking it. That's from ZX. Sam says the movements were very fluid. Yeah, it was. It's been seen for years. I remember seeing something about something similar, ZX. I don't mean this, but something does catch my mind. There's something in there somewhere. Sometimes it's just slow air, said True, but like I said, this has been videoed before. Yeah, it's not the first time. It's swamp gas. Absolutely, Lance. I think it's swamp gas. It could be. If we were to ask the government, you know they'd have us covered, right? Of course it's swamp gas. Be back with one more little story before we shift gears. And okay then, you twisted my arm. You picked me up when I was feeling down. And I'm going to be going live on the Kev Baker show today. I'll get Dave to stand in. I'll open up the phones. And ZX has sent through another video. I'll pull that up in a moment. I'll be back after a little drink of coffee, since it is our pre-show KBS coffee stream. Chill stream? What did I call it today? Ah, dag it. You can't beat a good bit of woo, a bit of what the F is that we're looking at. We've got that there, and ZX sent us through this one here, which I think I can be more comfortable with that being something that's ours. I think. I don't know, But then you see it towards the end here, and it's got that big thing going on. I mean, this plane is up at some altitude when they're filming this. I mean, why aren't you seeing anything at the front of that, leaving that trail? What on earth's name is that all about? Tell me. Tell me. Somebody tell me, because I'm getting that weird feeling. No, it's pretty cool. It's pretty weird. It's pretty woo. But that is what we do here on KBS too. Got no idea what it is. But yeah, if you find any other stuff like this, get yourself over to Discord, get it dropped in there, and we're going to start just spending some of the streams going into some of the Discord rooms. Because there's some stuff in there that people are sending in that I've never seen before. I always love it when you come across something that's totally new, blows your mind, and gives me really, really good stuff to talk about with all of you. But before I do go away today, I think it would be almost rude if I didn't take us back and finish off what we were doing yesterday with those creepy pale walkers, remember? The white walkers? The real ones? Well, we'll scroll back down to where we were. I've got over the soy boy that was trying to wake up his girlfriend to do the fighting with the supernatural being. I've got over that bit now. It kind of triggered me yesterday. I won't apologise for things that were happening in history, but I almost felt like I should apologise for that excuse of a man. But that's okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Greta's got the horn. There we go. A bit of a lengthy article too, isn't it, for the old mysterious universe? So then, it says here, another account comes from a Redditor. I like that. It's like, is that what you get called? Is that like your title when you post something on Reddit? You're a Redditor. And it's called, and that Redditor is called Nympholotus. Nice name. Who says this happened in the vicinity of Roseville, Illinois, in a cemetery? And for those who might not have been here yesterday, how rude of me. We were talking about the White Walkers north of the Wall in the Game of Thrones. And then we were taking a look at real White Walkers. And people were reporting things that were 78 feet tall, wandering about the garden, looking very white, albino, even. One of the descriptions was. And for me, anyway, with the height of it, it sounds very much like the Rake. And for anyone who hasn't seen what the Rake looks like, this is the Rake here. The Rake's not a nice looking dude. No, he's not a pleasant looking chap. That's the Rake there. Yep. It looks a little bit like... Nah, I'm not going to go there. But anyway, let's come back to our story over here. So we left you in the cemetery. Nothing happened, I hoped. I hope nothing happened. Nothing. By the way, I don't take any responsibility for anything that happens to them during the period of time this show's on. I'm starting to appreciate that weird stuff happens around this show, so I'm not taking any responsibility for it, right? So it says, she says the visibility was good at the time due to a full moon, and that she was out taking a walk with her friend along a trail that led from the cemetery to a nearby park. Now, the whole of it was surrounded by woods and lonely, desolate cornfields. It would be a spooky place at night, and probably even in the day, but this evening would prove to be spookier than most. As they were walking, they both heard a sudden noise that made them stop in their tracks, and the witness says that she had glimpsed the source of the noise, and says, to our left, I'd seen something running behind the headstones. It was on all fours, but humanoid. Are we thinking? I'm thinking this is ticking all the boxes here so far. It had extremely pale skin and no hair, and also looked very thin. As thin as a rake, did you say? I remember it was so pale, it almost reflected the moonlight. It moved so fast, too fast for any human I've seen on their hands and feet. Well, do you remember we watched Horse Girl? Remember the girl that identified as a show jumping horse? I wonder if she would give the Rake a good race. I'm just saying. So you just got to keep an open mind. There could well be humans out there that do travel fast on all fours. And I couldn't see many details. It was in total profile. so I never saw the facial details. The way it ran was like, or was animal-like as well, in that it had that gait where its feet came forward almost between or past its hands. Watch a video of a big cat or a wild dog running to see what I mean. We were both terrified. We just stood there, panicking, and listening to it moving around, just out of sight. While we called one of our friends to come meet us and take us the rest of the way home. Now, our friend, a very typical high school boy, arrived and naturally wanted to stay in the cemetery and goof off for a while. For some reason, with him there acting dumb, it was less scary. But I remember it just kept making these wild circles around us. It always stayed out of sight, but you could hear it as it moved. Occasionally, it would come a bit closer, then seemed to dart further away again. Doesn't it sound a little bit like what we've seen here? Is that a rake hanging around the tree, folks? He thought so. So we come down, it says, finally, we have a report relayed to Lon Strickler at his site, Phantoms and Monsters. Well, there's a website I need to bookmark, which supposedly took place on Christmas night of 2007 in upstate New York, or New York, as they call it over there. The area is described by the witness as being a housing development surrounding a private lake in a sort of gated community. And on this evening, the witness decided to drive over to visit a friend on the other side of the lake at around 8 p.m. It was a pretty usual occurrence, and there was no reason to think that anything strange would happen. But it would, all the same. And the witness says, I reached a section of road that had barren fields on either side and woods set back. Houses were probably nestled back into the trees. As I drove, I noticed what looked like someone walking up ahead on the opposite side of the road, but coming in my direction. Mind you, I was still going about 20 miles per hour the whole time, so it was probably less than a minute by the time the walker came into clear view. I got a quick scan of it from my windshield before my car, and it were exactly parallel. This is what I saw. It was not a person. It stood on two legs with long arms hanging down from its shoulders. It was strong looking, lean, muscular, but not beefy in stature. It looked thin at the same time. As thin as a rake, did you say? It stood at least 7 foot tall. Now I'm not laughing. It was light coloured. Not sure whether it was white, tan, yellow, or greyish. You'd be careful with that. You could offend somebody. It didn't appear to have any fur, but there was some texture to the skin that wasn't smooth. Oh, was it almost like scaly to the touch? Just saying. There appeared to be something coming off its back. I don't know what this was. All I can recall about its face is the small features it had, but the mouth and jaw were notably large. Now that's starting to sound like Momo. I'm just saying. And it had pointed things atop its head. Two things were going straight upwards with something mingled between the two things. That's what I got from a quick scan from my observations of it as it neared my car and my car neared it. As my car became parallel to it within a split second, I went from looking out of my windshield to looking at it from my driver's side window. In that moment, its face quickly peered down at me, and all I remember was the mouth opened wide. Out came a remarkable scream that I'll never forget. It gives me the chills, but thinking about it, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. It consisted of a high-pitched shriek, enveloped by a deep guttural growl. Both sounds happened simultaneously in that scream. I kept driving all the while. And this was all happening so fast that I didn't even have a chance to be scared or shocked or anything. I just continued driving and went past my friend's house and drove home. I called him to tell him what had happened and that I just needed to get back. I was probably running on adrenaline to get back home. Later on, I was in total shock after it sunk in. Had my driver's side window been opened fully, it would have touched me, or worse, taken me. I'm certain of it. Now, what are these things? What are the so-called pale walkers? Are these aliens? The demons, spirits, interdimensional interlopers? Or something altogether stranger? Now, looking at reports like these, it seems to be something far beyond the ordinary and even way past the fringes of the paranormal. Yet the reports come in and we are left to try and make sense of it all and place the pale walkers into some category that may not be completely clear. And with that high-pitched and almost guttural noise in mind, I'm going to do it. We have to listen to this one more time, and that's what we'll do. We'll listen to it. Don't know about you folks, but I'd have been running a long time before then. You know, it's funny. I started off this stream, and I was quite convinced in myself that probably some shenanigans going on here with that channel that we looked at there and the 3 videos. And then you start to listen to reports of what people have been witnessing, what they've actually been dealing with. And when it's an eyewitness report like that, there's no clicks to be garnished on the end of it. It's not clickbaity. I don't know. It's got me thinking again. And then you got King in the chat room, rightly talking about wraiths and the noise that they make. What on earth have we stumbled into? And how weird, right? Because, you know, we were talking about the White Walkers yesterday. And I get it. It's a bit of a stretch, folks. Even by my wildest standards. But White Walkers yesterday, we didn't quite get finished the story. We did today. And look what we managed to sandwich in the middle of it all. Well, we had something there that certainly looked white in nature. We had the weird squiddy guy that might not be the kind of White Walker we were talking about, but there's still something almost pale to it. Pale compared to other things that we see floating about in the sky, and I'm stretching it now, but that's okay. Maybe it's the clouds that make it have that white appeal to it. I don't know. Either way, I have had good fun both yesterday and today. And yes, I will be doing the main show today. I've got stuff we can get into. I've got a little bit of Hey, Solitech, brother. Good to see you, man. Really good to see you. My missus loves you, dude. Honestly. Those stickers, those transfers, absolutely epic. But now she's going to have to send them all around the world. Because she went and told people she would. Yep, she's sitting smiling. And can we all have a big aw? A big aw for Anne. She chopped the top of her finger off, and you know, maybe that might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. You see, I've had to redact, Jan. Look, if you bring it over here, you'll see it. See, these amateurs, you know. Look at it. Look, that's her thumb. Yeah. She chopped it off. But then today it got even funnier because then she went to pick up something under the table. I don't know how you exactly do this, but she tried to put her head through the table to get to it. Yeah, it's one like I say, it's one of those weeks here at the Kev Baker Command Centre. I'll be back in 20 minutes over on tfrlive.com. I've got some other woo we can get into. I've got some news we can go over. I'll open up the phones, and I'm sure that together we can get through this Mercury madness. I think I'm going to have a little look into the Mercury madness within the next 19 minutes, because it sure is kicking my ass. So listen, folks, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Again, if you want to support the stream a little bit more, we've got PayPal down below. Thank you to all the Patreons. And we will be starting to upload some more videos back onto the main channel soon, now that I'm getting my After Effects skills all honed. So it's full steam ahead here, or should I say full stream ahead. Until next time, keep it real, and remember, it's only 19 little minutes, and I'll be back. Yes, Smarty, I know. Poor Anne, I know. I offered to kiss it better for her, but she was having none of it. No, none of it. Too sore even to be kissed better. Anne is having a heck of a week, Marty. I'm telling you.